Welcome to DIY. Why? Because I gotta. Previously I made Withered Bonnie and Withered Freddy. Hey guys! Now with those two out of the way, it's time for Foxy! Okay, here's TIE-DYE Foxy. We're gonna turn this into Withered Foxy. Let's do this. The first thing we're gonna do is his bottom legs. After pulling him apart, I decided not to use the original feet, but make new ones with a car, hand boning toy, and some beads. And wire. So we're gonna start on the leg, and we're gonna use this technique that I've actually used on every figure so far, which I'm gonna call the donut technique. Let's do this. So by gluing a donut-shaped bead, a can-shaped bit of plastic, and some wire, you can get the Leaning Tower of Donuts. Yummy. Speaking of yummy, time for the feet. So I had to think way out of the box for this one by using a car and a hand boning toy, which this got quite complicated, so let's go. So after taking the hand boning toy apart, I cut it where I felt like I needed to. I also used a part of the car's chassis and cut that section out. That was perfect. I also cut some angles on that hand boning toy piece and glued all this together and used the technique I used on my first Bonnie video. This fills up any big gaps I have on straight pieces. So I put some super glue on some sticky paper, then I put the piece on top. And then I wait for a while and rip it off. And then it fills up that big gap. Then afterwards I cut out some bits of the hand boning toy to make the feet. Added some wire for detail, then glued it to the Leaning Tower of Donuts. Oh, that was a lot, but it's finished. Now it's time for something easier. Let's do the thighs. Thighs. So for the endo section of the thighs, I used some Lego pieces like I did. Thanks, phone. Like I did on the Freddy video. So I cut these Lego pieces and glued them like this. Then put that to the side and got out my new DIY tool. If you remember in my last video I kept cutting my hand trying to drill holes into the figure. Well, no more, because I have this new grabby thing. I want to thank everyone that left a comment saying to get this, and to my mum as well, because she also said to get this. Oh my god, shut up! But now I've got this, I can safely drill holes into my FNAF figures. Because everyone wants to do that. But after that I used the Afton pen and made some marks on the plastic and then used the router to obliterate those sections. Lovely jubbly. Then after that I installed some wire into the endo bit and gave it a test fit. Ooh, double lovely jubbly. And with that, that's the thighs done. Now time for the spine, the belly and the hips. No, please, no. No, shush. It will all be over soon. Now that's out of the way, the first thing I did was cut this at the hips. Damn. And you get to see what it looks like on the inside. Then I cut the supports. And I used the Afton pen again and absolutely destroyed it with the router. Now I did that, I can work out what I'm going to use for the spine, and I decided to use the legs that I didn't use before. After cutting those out, I got some little beads and cut those in half and glued them together, and it started to look like a spine. Well, an endo spine at least. Now this bit of detail would be cool to keep. I could have made a hole and showed the endo bit, but I think it's more accurate to take that away, so I'll put a bit of tack on there and super glue. Now for the hip, I actually got the wheel section from that car from before and put that into the hip because that looked like more of the endo section. Now those three sections done, it's time to do the arms and get that hook done. Ooh baby. Now for the arms we bring back out the earbuds. No, we've been through this, it's not been used. Oh you son of a... And we also need to find a bigger hook because that thing, oh, that is just pathetic. Now with his arms are quite skinny, so when I was doing the endo bit on the inside of them, I had to go small. So using the earbud stick, I wrapped some wire around it, and I think that was just right for these skinny arms. But now I did that, I moved on to the hand, because that needs some upgrading. So by using more of that hand boning toy and some Warhammer plastic frame, I managed to make the fingers and the palm of the hand. I did this on the Bonnie video, there's a bit more detail on how I did it in that one, so you can watch that if you need. Alright, now time for the hook. This took me a while because I literally couldn't find anything that matched it on the internet, but then my dad came in. Boy, here's the hook. He clutched it, he found it, and it was perfect, the perfect size. All I had to do was sand the tip to make it sharper, and that was set. Now the arms are done, we can finally move on to probably the hardest part, and that's the head. Chee! And you know I'm going to give it that moving jaw. Now with the head I've got a lot of work to do, but the first thing I did was cut that mouth off. First thing I did was get rid of those stupid eyes, but honestly I can't talk. I made Freddy look like he's on crack. Then I cut his ear, then used a router to get rid of those teeth. Also got rid of the side of his face. Then tried working out where to put the Lego to make that jaw open and close. I had to make sure this part was nice and strong and straight, and otherwise it would look wonky and it would break. So I used a router, made some little divots, and then glued the Lego pieces in the divots. And that worked perfect. Now to do the teeth, for I am something of a dentist myself. Right, so for the teeth I need some gums to hold the teeth in, and I actually use blue tack for this. The awesome thing about blue tack is it's sticky and stuff, and you can mould it. You put it on there, you put all the little teeth on there, you cover in super glue, and it all becomes one. It's really awesome. Now time to do the ears. This came out really well, but I simply used wire and put that on sticky paper, and then super glued it with some details, and that came out really nice. Now to have some detail on the inside of his head, I got 2 popsicle sticks and put them right in there. Then after that I did the teeth for the top part. I also added in these 2 Lego bits so his neck could move. But I didn't record it. Now with that all the building is done. All I have to do now is paint him. But I want to say special thanks to these few people. I've been noticing you a lot more than the rest because you've been coming in, commenting on most of my posts, which is really awesome. It really helps a lot. I'm sorry if I didn't include you in this part. These are just the people that I noticed more. But anyway, let's get into the painting and the building and start the montage. Yeah, boy. thank you all so much for making it to the end of the video. I think this was the best custom I made, and it wouldn't be possible without all you lot helping me in the community page. So please keep it up, and the next one we're gonna smash it. Come on, T-pose chica. Let's go. Just one more. One more.